Hello everybody. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in and joining me. So, just pulling this up now so I can see who comes in and is in the chat tonight. So welcome to Late Night Live. Let's see what we can create. Excuse me. Okay, so as the title says, I'm going to try and do some drips with alcohol ink, kind of like wispy drips. So I'm going to focus some colour up the top here and then have it drip downward. So off to the side, what I've got are these tube cap tops that I take off my empty tubes. And good evening, Doris. How you doing? So I can prop those under my board, which I use for my alcohol inking, and give it a little bit of a slope. It's not going to be much, but and I don't even know if that'll work, but hey, why not give it a try? So that's there ready to go for the next step. And so in these bottles, we have isopropyl alcohol, and in this one in particular, it is isopropyl alcohol. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. And that was a mix of the full bottle and 6 drops of the vegetable glycerin as a DIY, what's that stuff called? Blender? Alcohol blender? Blending solution. Thanks to the lovely Doris at DF Designs, hey, for sharing that with me. Good, thank you. How are you tonight? I am well. I am exhausted. Yeah, so just getting on with it. So, all right. So colours I've chosen are passion purple, pink, senorita magenta for that really much stronger pink colour, pink shade, bright rich gold, and I really need to get some bronze and silver, you know, because using gold a lot. Be nice to change it up a little bit occasionally. Hey Mandy, how you going? Thanks for coming in. So this one is the colour Blazer Orange. So purple, pink, magenta, orange, and that gold. So, all right. So we'll start here, and we're going to create some stronger colours up here. So I think I might start with a bit of, that's what I was going to say. This is, you know how previously I was using the masking tape to hold down my Yupo paper? This is Yupo paper. This is what it looks like. So it's acid-free, 200 GSM, and this one is A4 size. So it's not as big as the ones I've been using lately. But I didn't think we needed to use a big A3 for that. You're good, thanks. Awesome. Yeah, so, and the masking tape would always come loose. And I think that's potentially the alcohol removing the stickiness of the tape, plus the heat from the heat gun or whatever I was using at the time. Pardon me. So while I was getting ready, I thought this tape that I used in my last alcohol ink would be perfect to lay down here because it didn't come away and it didn't bleed. Like a couple of little areas a bit, but that's it. So this has a row of tape holding this paper so that when I tilt it up a little bit, the paper's not going to move. So that's what that is. Alright. Hey, the Artist's Haven. Hey Tish, how you going? Thanks you guys for all coming in. That's amazing. And so we'll start off with, let's go for some orange first. So if I go with the straight colour and don't dilute it too much, and I mean just too much because I will still end up diluting it, but just work some colours through. So this is the pink, and then the Senorita Magenta. I love saying that. Some of these names are pretty amazing. That one in there. And the Passion Purple. Chris, you've got me hooked on that. Oh, Lights of Elysium. It's just beautiful, isn't it? So that's Passion Purple. It's really strong, really highly pigmented. Sorry. And I think this orange is definitely going to need maybe a little bit more. But I think that's okay actually, because it goes from the purple to the magenta to the pink to the orange. So as it goes along, hopefully, if all this works, it's kind of going from the darker to the lighter shades. So also just see how that goes. I know the gold can settle pretty quickly and be a little bit stubborn to move, but that's tricky. Where's the orange? Over there. No. Come back up where you can see more. I'm just going to put a row of this. This is the blending solution along the edge, pushing it back right now. And do a little bit of manipulation. And oh, something I forgot to grab, a bit of a brush. Just loosen up some of those colours. Work my way. That's a good way to loosen up that gold actually. So bring that orange and pink together a little bit. Dab it off. Push it back up again. And coming into that purple. Dabbing some of that off. Heading back into the pink has disappeared a lot, so I might try and just push some of that over there a little. But I think overall it's a pretty nice, that purple is so strong. Forgot about that. Actually, what I have is an old Senorita Magenta bottle that just had the tiniest bit in the bottom. So I actually put some isopropyl alcohol into there as a diluted magenta. So I need to create maybe perhaps one of these needle nose bottles with some diluted passion purple in it. So it's not quite so, whoa, in your face. More orange. Okay, so we're kind of just letting that settle a bit. Love the colours, thank you. So I think right here we just might add a little bit of heat from the heat gun, but I'll only use it on low fan, low heat. You've been sneezing like crazy this morning, but getting stuff done. Translation, I'm doing good. How about you? Oh dear. Well, fingers crossed the sneezes don't stay there, Tish, hey? Alright. So this is what it looks like now. So we still lost a bit of that pink in there, in between the orange and the magenta. But that's okay. Bit of a blend in there with the purple coming into the darker colours. So now here is the test. I'll have to double check the camera in a moment, because what I'm going to do is tilt this board that I sit, which is just a canvas board that I had, and I've put it chopped off the top of a bin liner bag and the bottom and slipped it in between, and so I've got a nice board with plastic over it for the alcohol ink purposes. So, and then when I'm done, I can actually just pick up the whole lot and move it away. So just getting everything off the table, off the board specifically, so it doesn't go flying when I tilt it, although it's only going to be a little tilt, so just over an inch, I'd say. One there, one there. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. So it's not a great deal. 2 fingers width at the top here. Okay. So I think even I'm going to have to stand up for this one. Things going right doesn't make for a good day. You guys are amazing. It's a really great idea. Thank you. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's get you into a better position. That's a little bit different for you, isn't it? Okay, I've always said if you're right-handed, don't put your camera on the rug. And I've just done that. Sorry about that. So I'm going to use these needle nose bottles to create some drips, hopefully. So put some in, and you can slightly see that it's activated some ink. Let's come closer. Here in this purple. Nice. Do a couple over here as well. Maybe that's the trick. Leave it down for a little bit. Let it reactivate and grab some of that colour. Then tilt it up. Trying to carefully place my drips there. That's kind of cool. Sort of working the way I pictured anyway. So I'm happy to go through, grab a couple of drips so that it captures some of that ink. And then whoops. Make sure you can see everything. So now I'm just going to go along and add extra drips in separate areas. Some in the areas that have already dripped, others not so much. Probably regret doing that. Don't want to have an obvious line across the top where the drips are coming from. But I do want to have lots of random, which is turning out amazing, and some gold traveling down these. Oh, that's cool. Really cool. Go a bit higher for the orange. Okay. So still just, I'm adding about 3 or 4 in the one location now to bring it down even further. Keep checking the camera to make sure you're in shot. Let's go a little bit heavier now. Doing little squirts to run down. Oh, I'm loving that. I am loving that. Sorry I can't see your messages right now. I'll check them shortly. I'd like this one to carry all the way through. Ah, look at that. It's pulling at the bottom. There we go. Okay, so this one here, fold up and just capture some of that build up at the bottom. So continue to do that. So something to be mindful of, that the alcohol ink will pull at the edge unless we go really aggressive. Oh, this is awesome. that drippy effect. So I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of movement left now. So let's come back down. How's that? Oh my, how cool is that? Yay! So I'm just going to try and use the paintbrush to draw off these areas that have pulled again. Remove these lids. They're really great. Yeah. I wonder if Corflute would work. Yeah, it does. I've tried it. And oops. Ooh. Sorry. Bent the wrong way and my hip told me so. This is a piece of Corflute that I used to use previously. So absolutely it does. And you could have, like, it's really not that expensive, so you could have a certain size, a couple of sizes for your A4s, or even your, what's the next size down from A4? Yeah, A5. And then your bigger ones, yeah, and have them ready. They're great. That's so pretty, so cool. Thank you, thank you. What's the paper you use to blot? That is just a regular paper towel. So, on a roll from Woolworths. Although I don't particularly like this brand. I was just having this discussion. See, it's perforated, so you can rip it. But then there's missing some perforations there. But it's perforated this way as well. So you can rip it from both ends, but then you get the horrible bit in the middle. Never mind, just being picky. A little bit picky. Yeah, so that is fun. That is a little bit exciting. So much so, I think I'd like to see how quickly, now that I've gone through all the explanations and everything, sorry about that noise and totally in your face. Like that. I think I'd like to try another one. My paper towels are all shifted now. Alright, so I'll just pop this aside. I'll stick it to the edge of my table because it's still got that tape on it. And grab another one. So what I need to do, one of the times, or even before I do some more, grab some of this paper and slice it up so it's got nice little A5 sizes. So we might go lengthways this time. So, let's dry off that area. Put that up there. So because this tape, I'm hoping that when I remove that tape, it's actually going to leave a clear border, clear white border. And this is that decorative tape that I used. I think I said that already, but just to be sure. And also, because I don't think I've said this yet, throughout this video, experiment with alcohol ink. May you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. I do love saying that. Or I hope you found some inspiration, education, or relaxation. Okay, so want to change it up. How about we can quickly jump in and give me 3 colours. I don't have a huge range, but the basic colours I absolutely have. Fire away. I've got blue, I've got teal, I've got brown, I've got greens, I have the pinks, I have the purple, I have yellow. Mandy, you're on it. Teal, yellow and orange. Let's see. Teal. This is another one of those bottles that was practically empty, and I put alcohol in there. So that is a really weakened, or diluted, I should say, yellow in that one. And I can't actually find my full strength yellow. Orange with gold, of course. Hey Sue, how are you going? Hey, no problem. We're going to do what we just trialed again. So you're going to get to see it. Thanks so much for coming in. Orange and the gold. All right. So, yeah. So I'm afraid that the yellow won't be too vibrant, but we shall see. So we start off, our Yupo paper is taped so that when we tip it up, it won't slip. Let's get some of this yellow down to see what it might be like. It looks pretty good. Do you want to go a bit closer? There we go. In the orange, we will go on this side again. The teal on this side. This is fun. Orange, orange. Yes, we have the orange. That yellow is really spreading, and I think possibly it's because it is diluted. So just chuck some gold down into those colours. Let's do 2 drops in each colour this time and see what happens with that. Okay. So it currently looks like this. Not so much in the yellow, but in the teal. You can see it morphing. And you can see that blend in there. And we'll have one over here as well. Okay. Are you back in focus? Alright, so we'll just run that through with the brush again. Might just squeeze a little off just to make sure that there's no harsh purples in there. And if anything, it's got just the pink and the magenta, so that's good. Break up a bit of that gold through the colour into that yellow. So with this one, I'm not going to add any clear alcohol. I will just keep adding from this bottle because it is so diluted. Blend those. Remove a lot of that before we stick it into the yellow. Break up the gold. And to tilt this one off, or over, I should say. That is so beautiful. Alright. So I think before it runs too much further, we'll dry it off with that heat gun. So low speed, low heat. That should be plenty. Ooh, yummy. You got it. Right, so first thing, we've got these caps again. So I'm just running through this quickly again. These are the caps from my tube paints that I held on to prop things up. So I'm going to prop up the board underneath my Yupo paper. So it's now looking a little bit like this. Oh, sorry about my chair. So we worked out that's like 2 finger widths height at this end, and then works its way back down. So switch you around again, bring you up. Okay. So we will go, first off, I'll use the blending solution. So this is the yellow bottle, and add a couple of drips, not in the yellow, to the colours, but the yellow I will use the actual diluted Sunbright yellow. So you can see it's reactivated some of the inks down the bottom here. So we're going to tilt that up now. And I'm going to drip some more. And watch it drip down. I want to come up into where these colours are really strong. Just create a couple of drip areas. You can see gold floating down with the colours. And I'll just add some more of that yellow. One right next to the teal to see if it picks up and they share the drip colour. They did, it's lovely. Blowing on it, helping it to dry, that alcohol to evaporate. So now we've come to the end where it's pulling on the end of the Yupo paper again. So just grab the paper towel and just tap the bottom and break up that little puddle that's creating. Get another orange. Sorry. So now I'm just squirting extra amounts just to see what that does. I like a little bit of the orange and the yellow mixing, same as the teal. So I'm going to tilt that a little bit. Oh, that looks awesome. Just going to try and add some yellow back into here. Look at that hard edge it's creating on the bottom there. You're just gently touching the bottom of that paper and it is just absorbing up so quickly. Try and keep some of the teal off that orange section. It was looking a bit muddish in there. Alright, so now we'll pop it down. One last dabbing. Okay. So that's what that looks like. That's so cool. Thanks, Sue. Now I've got to buy Yupo paper. Yes, absolutely. Yep, you can do that. You can hold me accountable for any of your art purchases whatsoever. Anything creative. Just touching the end of that is also just bringing some of it off. So we'll remove these lids, lay it down flat. There you go. I kind of want to go backwards because this side is really harsh and this side is the swept lines. But yeah, we won't, not for tonight. So I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of heat because I think this one I did get a little extra happy with the alcohol. So it's got less of a drippy effect, more of a liney effect. So wait till you see the first one, see? All right, yeah. Yay. Okay. Absolutely. Like a sunset over the water. Isn't that lovely? Maybe this is something that I can practice doing the, what do you call that? Embellishing, like doing the silhouettes. I could give that a try. No guarantees. Okay, so thing is, this tape is really good. Sticks really well. Okay, last bit. Right, so there's the vertical view, but I do prefer it this way. But this side's got these harsh lines, and this side it like mists out. So awesome. So just because that one is still in my hands, let's remove this tape and see how we went with that. Looks good. Oh, there might be a bit of bleeding under here. We shall see. But it stayed stuck to the backboard, which is what I was aiming for, so that when I tilted, it stayed in place. Oh yes, and palm trees and a boat or an island. Awesome, awesome. Thanks for the suggestions. Yeah, it's definitely something I will give a go. The gold didn't fare very well in with that yellow, probably because it was the diluted bottle. So I have to go walk about and find where my actual yellow is, my full strength. Okay, now let's have a look at the first one. So if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, and give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, and leave a comment below for those watching the replay, and share it with others, because that is the most most helpful way to help out YouTube creators. So that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. So, oh, great informative live. Thank you, Doris. So now here's the first one. See how this one you can still see more of the drip effects? So in comparison to the wispiness, because I might have got a little bit overzealous with the alcohol dripping. Oh, it happens, you know. Okay, so let's take this tape off. So little tiny bits above the purple. And wow. That is so cool. All right. Gorgeous. Thanks, Sue. So yeah, something a bit different, and that I thought was well worth a try. So this one was the first one where we kind of took the time to play around with the trial of it. So this one got a little bit more rushed, and overzealous and excited. But that one I'm looking forward to embellishing. This one, I'm not sure if there'll be an embellishment on it, or we'll just leave it as it is, or a nice affirmation or something. So yeah, fabulous. Alrighty, let's try and get both things green. To a degree. There we go. All right, you guys are amazing. Remember that I have started a Facebook group if you would like to come and join and share your creativity with us. We would love that. So type in the search bar in Facebook, Creating and Sharing with Tracy. Don't forget the E. And because I'll have all this written down as of tomorrow night's live. So yeah, there's that. Doris and I are halfway through our 30 tile challenge. So 30 tiles in 30 days, the June tiles. Halfway through. It's like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so it's been a very busy month so far. And tomorrow night's live will be at 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, that's just about everything, I think. Tish, what have you got coming up tomorrow? Do you have anything on tomorrow? You're still here. Gorgeous. Love them both. See, I read that totally different to what you'd even written there. Isn't that funny? Both mean the same thing. Those tiles have been so fun. Can't wait. Halfway there, Doris. Who'd have thunk? So, yeah. All right. That seems to be about it. Tish might be still coming back about something on the Artist's Haven channel. So check that out. Yeah. So, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. And, you know, you guys are everything I do this for. So, thank you so much. All right. So, come down, have a quick close-up, and then we'll say goodnight. Beautiful. So happy. Tish is on at 3:30 CST. Okay, thank you, Doris. And Tish is interviewing Karen from Waterfall Acrylics. Yep, that is on our Wednesday, I think. So, good night, Sue. Thank you so much for being here. Just a quick look. Yeah, I'll have to write down all these special live sessions. So, right. Everybody, please, if you have to go anywhere, please take care. And from me, as always, be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.